We are trained to detect, deter, observe, and report.
Too bad mall cop Paul Blart isn't here to save the city of Kemah from itself. So, I guess we'll have to do it.
Can you step up to the plate and save us?
Actually, Kemah voters have a chance this May to save themselves from Matt Wiggins and his minions on city council. But in the meantime, Wiggins is good for like a scandal a month. We already knew state ethics laws weren't his strong suit.
I don't read the statutes.
Now we know Wiggins doesn't care about building safety codes either. Wiggins and his business partner, City Councilman Doug Meisinger, are trying to open a private club at 707 Bradford. Steaks, cigars, whiskey, curated by the Clear Lake Scotch and Bourbon Society. Last November, the city fire marshal busted 707 Bradford, claiming they were using the place without the required certificate of occupancy, needed to prove it was safe to be inside.
Security is a mission, not an intermission.
In January, the city turned to BBG Consulting to take a second look, and they confirmed it wasn't safe to have a restaurant with a kitchen on the first floor and no way to exit the second floor. Makes sense. And the place doesn't have a sprinkler. Wiggins knows about fire danger because this same property had a fire scare in 2019.
What are you disclosing, Wayne?
On January 14th, the city fire marshal filed a complaint with the Texas Department of Insurance, asking the state fire marshal to help. Quoting, "The city has experienced a high degree of resistance regarding fire code compliance with this property, due to, but not limited to, property owner previously held positions of power." He's talking about Wiggins. And don't forget that Doug Meisinger is a current city council member. In an email to the Kemah city manager, the city building official strenuously recommended a meeting to discuss sprinkler requirements and noted the TABC license submitted for vinyl draft was for another business. Then we saw on Facebook late last month plans for the weekend open house at 707 Bradford for that new club, in clear defiance of the city codes.
If being a security officer was easy, anybody could do it.
Now for you out-of-towners just trying to keep up with the Kemah Chronicles, Mayor Carl Joyner and Matt Wiggins are arch enemies. Wiggins once challenged Joyner to a fistfight at City Hall.
A jury will see through all this.
Wiggins was indicted last year for misusing WCID 12 water fund money. And of course, he blamed Joyner.
Carl's well connected. He pays politicians a lot of money, and I'm certainly not worried about going to jail on this one.
Joyner is suing Wiggins for that false billboard Wiggins put up during the election. It's been left up. Wiggins came in last in the election, Joyner won. And Doug Meisinger, he ran against Joyner for city council. He's clearly Team Wiggins. Their text messages are now infamous. I don't get Kemah. You would think the city council would be lockstep on this one. Fire codes may be a pain, but why should anyone follow safety rules if a city councilman and Matt Wiggins won't? And the city could get sued if, God forbid, something goes wrong at this place.
Yes, good catch.
Kemah's facing a growing number of federal lawsuits already for stuff that happened when Terry Gale was mayor.
I'd like to call to order the City of Kemah City Council.
We usually videotape Kemah City Council meetings because they're a source of never-ending entertainment for us. But quite honestly, our camera broke this time, so you'll have to listen to this one.
Is it common practice that a mayor would sit in a meeting for a CO for a building?
Enter City Councilman Isaac Saldana. He's a friend of Wiggins. And instead of worrying about a potential tragedy at 707 Bradford or the unfairness, he's more worried about the fact that Carl Joyner ever got involved.
The look of it isn't great. I think that the mayor also has litigation with that property owner, which also isn't a good look. And I just want to make sure that we're clear on that, because we have to be fair to the businesses that are coming in that are trying to get their I mean, we're not, as it stands right now, we're not really welcoming to businesses that come into town.
It was then Mayor Joyner's turn.
I am responsible as mayor for permitting and all that kind of thing. And I'm just going to be blunt, okay? The reason we met and had all those people there is because there's a list of things, of deficiencies that are critical to be taken care of. And what do we get from the owner? F you.
That's what this betrayal's about?
The mayor of Clinton, Mississippi can certainly sympathize with the mayor of Kemah. Matt Wiggins was cited with more than 1,400 building code violations in that town and fought it all the way to the Mississippi Supreme Court and lost.
But that's kind of the way he, tries to skirt around things. Apparently he's been pretty successful at it.
Like having the majority of city council in his, well, you get it. For now, the showdown in Kemah has ended, with Wiggins finally agreeing to put up a stairwell so folks can escape from the second floor of the vinyl draft in case of fire. I wonder how disabled folks are supposed to manage those stairs. Why is it so hard for this guy to play by the rules?
Give me security!